Welcome everybody, we are here in Boca Raton with Ignacio Diaz with Group P6. He is the developer of amazing projects and we are doing an interview with him to talk about his background, about the project and about his exciting new developments where we are sitting in the sales office right now. Ignacio, welcome here, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita.
I would like to ask you to say a few words about yourself. What is your background? Where are you coming from? How did you end up in real estate?
Well, I grew up in Venezuela, and Venezuela is a country that, because of the influx of people and immigrants that it had historically, there was construction needed all around. So we got in, we invested in real estate, and my political family was also in the construction side of the business. And I grew up, I became an engineer. I didn't plan to do real estate. I came to the US for my MBA in Boston. I went to MIT for my MBA. And I graduated right in the middle of the crisis, of the real estate crisis. And I've always wanted to do real estate after that, but I had to wait the right time. And the business in Venezuela was going well. We were doing construction, some good sizable developments. The last one that we finished residential there, for example, was in 2012. That was 1,300 units. And after that, the market started to pick up here, and we started to get our feet wet in Florida because we saw the market improving and we saw things, going a lot better here. And this is our 5th project now, and we're really happy the way things are going. We have happy customers already. We have finished projects. We have projects that are 60% sold, 50% sold, and we're ready to keep going.
Very good. Yeah. Could you tell me a few words about your company? How is your company started? How did you get the idea? Who are you working with?
We're a family company. So in reality, the way it started, again, we had real estate developments going on in Venezuela, some of them significant. And my brother-in-law and I were talking, and we decided, hey, maybe why don't we buy this small piece of land in Fort Lauderdale? And we found a lot that was meant to be 3 townhomes. And we said, let's do it, let's get our feet wet, let's also do new construction here in Fort Lauderdale. And we created a beautiful project that I can show you the pictures, and and we started getting the hype of it and going larger and larger and larger projects. And again, we just got excited talking with my brother-in-law and I. It's how we bought our first land.
Why Fort Lauderdale? Why not Miami? Why not something else? What was the catch in Fort Lauderdale?
Well, there's many things. I personally believe that Miami is very crowded and there's a lot of new construction, and I think that prices are really high. And I personally have questions about some of the projects in Miami. There are great projects in Miami. There are others that I have more questions. Okay, and we really saw that there was a niche here that was not being attended for the domestic buyers, for also some international buyers from people from the Northeast, that they were not being tendered. And frankly, we're paying we're paying a price per square foot that many people can actually get a really nice primary residence or a snowbird or secondary home that you could not get this close to the beach. You could not get in such a thriving place as downtown Boca Raton, which you can see the cranes outside the window. You can see all that's going on for a much, and it was needed. Everybody's thinking Miami, 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 but there's some great things going on over here. And I personally believe this is the future. I mean, I think this is where Florida is growing. Florida is growing from the coast north. And I think we're positioned for the future. And I think everyone buying here, frankly, is positioned for the future.
Yeah, I hear also about the market, and I hear from developers that there are more chances, there are more opportunities in the Broward area. Yeah. And also the prices are more affordable. Yeah. Who are your buyers? Who is the type of buyer that you are building?
Well, we have different types of buyers in the different projects. The one that we really have is people who value location, location, location. Okay, we are in the Deerfield projects, for example. They're secondary home buyers for the most part. So they want to make their first investment in the U.S., maybe in real estate, or they're in the Northeast, and they want to get a piece where they can come in the winter and literally walk 100 feet to the sand. and get their feet wet and everything. And it's an area that it's so prone for development because it's right between the intracoastal and the ocean, and you know how prime that is.
Exactly.
And so, but that's a secondary, home buyer. Here we're having the primary home buyer. I mean, people who spend at least 6 months of the year here, spend a significant amount of time here. They're on, $2 million units. It's a different price range. I think that our buyers are really looking for luxury, contemporary, modern, and great location. That's who our buyers are. And within that, we have for the secondary home buyer or for the primary home buyer.
What is like the, I would say average, but I know it's never an average, but what is the average size of a unit, what you are building? Because some of the developers are focusing on larger units, some of the developers are focusing on just like smaller units. Who is the audience, or what is the size that you are building?
So for primary homes, which for example, this building, 327 Royal Palm in Boca Raton, floor plans start at 3,200 square feet. So you can tell they're large units and they're meant to be comfortable and to live year round. For secondary homes, we're doing smaller units, more in the range of 1,500 square feet. And so it really depends on what you're looking for.
Now you mentioned like this project, that project. Let's go through of the projects what you have currently. Right now we are in the sales office of 327 in Boca Raton, and this project, say a few words about this project, price per square foot or sizes, and who is the targeted audience for this?
Absolutely. We're trying to create the best building in downtown Boca Raton. We believe that Boca Raton is exploding. We believe it needs luxury. We believe it needs a contemporary touch, and we believe it needs somewhere where you can be located where you can walk everywhere. You can walk to Meisner Park, you can walk to the restaurants in downtown, you can walk to the Boca Beach Club, which is the Waldorf Astoria, which is one of the best clubs in the nation, and golf club, tennis club, beach club. You can walk to the park and to the beaches, 0.5 miles. And really the buyers that we are very high-end. It's a boutique building that doesn't, it's literally the best building in the city is going to be this building. That's what it's going to be. The most boutique, the most exclusive building. That's what we're creating here in Boca Raton. That's the Boca Raton project. So
this sounds an amazing project. And what is the price for it?
The average unit is $2 million. We have units going up to $5 million. We have units starting right now at $1.5, $1.6 million.
Wow.
So it's there's good price range, but it's all very exclusive, and it's one of the most homogeneous buildings that you can find in terms of the residents. Everyone is, it's meant to be for people that know how to live a good life.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds very exciting. Yeah. When is it going to be delivered? So now you are in the sales, in the pre-sales sales, or which stage? In
approximately 2 years, we're ready to break ground. We literally have the next 2 months of pre-construction sales ahead, and after that we'll break ground, and everything is changing, and we're going to be building.
All right. So
we're in the construction permit space. We're applying for the final construction permit, and we're ready to start going up.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
What about the other projects? You mentioned 5 projects that you have currently going on. This one is your main project, or you have the other projects in the same?
All the projects are important, frankly, and we're equally dedicated to all of them. They are different products. In Fort Lauderdale, for example, we have townhomes. We have 2 projects of townhomes, which are more oriented towards, they're in a great school area. They're very close to Galleria Mall in Fort Lauderdale, 0.5 miles from Galleria Mall. So you can walk to a mall that is getting huge multi-million-dollar investment in Fort Lauderdale, for example. You're between the Middle River and the Intracoastal, so you can see a great location. And it's like an oasis in the middle of Fort Lauderdale, where you can easily, you're close to the beach, but you're close to US 1, you're close to Sunrise, you're close to the airport, you're close to Miami. And you're in the middle of a very quiet, tranquil area with some of the best schools, both public and private, that you can find. So that's a product. It's townhomes. They're large townhomes, more like 3,000 square feet or so. So they can be more for a family who really wants to do something, or someone that, hey, I want to buy something and maybe I move there permanently. and
someone who had enough from the rush of the Miami lifestyle and the New York lifestyle, probably they can be there, and it's an oasis in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's, you know, it's beautiful. I mean, really, it's beautiful.
So you have one project here in Boca Raton. You have two projects in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
What are the other two?
We have two buildings coming up in Deerfield Beach. Deerfield Beach is, you know, it's between Boca and Fort Lauderdale. It's 100 feet from one of the best beaches in Florida, which is Deerfield Beach. You know, it's white sand. You have the pier. You have restaurants that you can walk to, and that's a product. It's small condos, very easy to maintain, very easy to live, and you can walk everywhere. And you know, within the Deerfield Beach area, and be in a great location. If you're a people who like, you know, the water, and if you're thinking about a secondary home, or maybe you're retiring and want, you know, a small place to have for your own where you spend a lot of time, that's
your paradise,
yeah,
then in Florida.
That's your paradise. It's a real paradise.
Great.
Yeah.
How about the price range of this one?
It's more like we start at 500 and it ends up at 700.
So between
$1,000
$500 and
per unit.
$700.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So especially for someone from New York coming to Florida, they can really afford something like this.
We have a lot of buyers and interested consumers from New York. You have no idea how many calls we get from New York, and you know, and Boston and Philadelphia. Those are cities that have been very hot looking for this product, because yeah, it's a great location in an area that has a
And
lot of
last
potential.
winter was very cold, so probably this winter is going to be cold again, and we have even more buyers coming to Florida.
Yeah.
So I know that you are in the market for a long time.
Yeah.
How do you see the change in the market? How do you see the change of the buyers? What do you feel about the trend of the buyers? Are we going to attract new buyers? How do you are with South Floridan buyers? You told me a little bit about New York buyers, so I would like to ask you to talk a little bit about the buyers, how they change, what they change in.
Well, I think the buyers have become far more sophisticated in how they buy. I think the buyers these days are extremely smart, asking questions about, you know, is this a development that will go through? Is it a healthy development, first of all? What's going to happen after I close? What's going to happen with maintenance? What's going to happen with, you know, the HOA fees? There's a lot of questions, and we're getting to the point again where there's plenty of places to choose from. And people already went and saw what happened through the crisis. So I think that people are really smart in how they're choosing, and the way we approach this is we're very transparent, we're very upfront with everything about the development, and we disclose absolutely everything, not just what we have to disclose, but everything that we can disclose. We go ahead and tell people exactly what to expect in terms of timing, in terms of product, in terms of finishes, in terms of the association, you name it. So we're trying to respond to that need. And also some people, the new construction, a lot of people want to do upgrades, customizations. Hey, I want a different floor. So we also try to tell them, hey, we're not in the business of charging you for upgrades. We're not in the business of charging you because you want a different floor. If it's, you know, floor of the same quality and it costs me the same, I'm not going to charge you more. If, you know, you want to change a small thing about the layout, and, you know, we're still in pre-construction and it's not hard for me to do it, I won't charge you for that. And if there's something that really costs something more, I'm not going to charge you, you know, 3 or 4 times more than what it really costs. So again, we are treating buyers with knowing that they're knowledgeable, knowing that, you know, they have a right, that this is a big investment for them, and being as transparent as we can and being as responsive as we can to all their demands and needs, because ultimately it's a big investment, and you have to get what you want.
So that's why it's probably a very good thing that you are a kind of family business, because you learned it from back generation, and also you are implementing everything what you learned previously, and you are putting your name next to it. So you are responsible for each and every client that you are serving.
We are a company, but we have a heart. I mean, we shake the hand of every buyer. They come here, they talk to us directly when, you know, they're in the final stages, when they need to customize their units. You know, we're talking to us. We're probably not going to see us doing, you know, here the you know, 1,500 unit building, because then we would lose that touch. And frankly, we like it. That, you know, that's our service. That's how we play. That's our niche. And yeah, so.
So the buyers are more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And are they coming from different places, or how do you feel that who is buying now South Florida?
Well, Florida is in a great place, frankly. I mean, Florida is just economically healthy, great weather, you know, relatively low taxes compared to other states, for example. And I think the trend will only continue. So I frankly, I am a big believer in Florida and in buying in Florida in general. Within Florida, you have to know what to buy and you have to know what area to buy, but Florida has huge potential. We are attracting a lot of, you know, you know, again, Northeast, also of the Midwest, from the, you know, those states are, every time it's more jobs and more people wanting to spend their time here. And it's not only retirees like it used to be. I mean, it's really people who just want to spend more time with a better quality of life, when they can go out, or they can go to the beach, where they can, and we're really attracting a lot of that. I think internationals slowly but surely will continue to come north, because there was this mindset of Miami, and frankly, this is much better than Miami, you know. And I think, you know, slowly but surely we'll also get more internationals. Yeah.
So when we are talking about the attraction for the international buyers, what do you see? We have boat show here in Fort Lauderdale as well. We have different programs. We also have, for example, we are organizing the Miami New Construction Show. What do you see as an economical impact of these programs, of these fairs or these shows? Do you feel anything that they have a footprint, they are generating more traffic for you? Or you are out of this circle and your buyers are not?
Oh, no, listen, we're all connected. I mean, that's the reality. We're all connected. We're so dependent on each other. We're so economically and personally connected as a South Florida community, I think. And I think everything builds on. Miami was not built in the last 5 years. I think Miami was built over the years. After they created air conditioning, everybody realized it was a great place to live. And I think, you know, it's only going to continue to happen. I think the Miami New Construction Show, I think the more you put Florida on the table and South Florida, every time more people discover what a great place this is to live.
Exactly. That's why actually this is the reason why we are doing the show, to show the world. You cannot show a rendering to a Canadian how it feels to come here, the palm trees, the ocean breeze and the white sand. So if they are here, they fall in love.
Yeah.
Tell me a story maybe you had in your previous life, that when you had a buyer and you had something like a very interesting case, how they bought, what they bought, or who was your most interesting buyer or case in the previous sales?
Well, the most interested buyers and the ones we like the best, frankly, and I can tell you 2 or 3 examples, but are the ones who know exactly what they want and that want us to help them in the process of getting there, right? So, you know, we had a buyer here, for example, that says, hey, I want to combine one unit with the half floor unit. And we thought about it and said, well, maybe we can do that. And he started designing their own floor plans. And because we were in pre-construction, we were allowed to do a lot of customizations. Not everything was possible, but we got to a great product. And frankly, those are the best buyers, because you see them that, you know, they're building their dream home and you're helping them in the process. So we've had buyers like that, again, where, you know, you literally go to the drawing board. So I don't like the closet there. I want one more bedroom. Can you close this here? Can I use this material? Can I use a different kitchen? Can my kitchen not have the same countertop or a different countertop? And I tell, I mean, there's some people who just come and sign and buy. And there's other people that engage in the process, and I love it when they engage.
This is when they get their full buy-in into the process.
Yes.
So it's good.
Yeah.
So with this series, we are also educating the buyers about different elements. And that's a good point that you mentioned, that one of the main reasons why people are buying pre-construction is because they have the opportunity of changing the floor plan, changing the floor itself, changing the kitchen. So customizing everything based on their taste, based on their special needs. And I also know that there is also a financial advantage if you are buying something in pre-construction. How much people can gain, or how much the capital investment and compared to this the capital increase when they purchase something in the pre-construction phase, and what is the change when they buy something sometimes like after it's built or in resale?
Yeah.
Do you have a number for this?
Oh, it's a big difference, I can tell you. I mean, buying pre-construction is a huge financial benefit, and we've already seen them. I mean, people are buying 20% below what the unit would trades when they're finished, without a question. There's just in the price. Then there's the benefit that, you know, you pay step by step. You're not paying all at once in the down payment, but you pay as the construction progress. So really you're locking in a price that it's by definition a low price, and prices have continued to increase, and I think especially in this area they will continue to increase because we have very healthy fundamentals and dynamics in Boca Raton and Deerfield and, you know, in the northern part.
What is the financial state, like how do you ask the buyers to make their down payment? Like what percentage you are asking in advance?
We ask for a 10% down payment here. Mm-hmm. We ask for a 15% down payment in Deerfield Beach. And then as the construction progresses, depending on the project, we get to 30 or 50% down payment. Mm-hmm. It just, you know, depends on the specific project. We have different payment plans per mm-hmm. project.
And the last 50% is?
It's when you're at top off. So, you know, you have already 70% of the building finished. So, mm-hmm. yeah.
How about financing? Do you see that buyers are willing to get financing, or what is the market right now based on your?
I mean, everyone asks for, you know, is there going to be financing available? And we're actually getting our you know, the products we have will be eligible for Freddie and Fannie loans, which mm-hmm. is a great benefit. So we're doing the PERS approval mm-hmm. for the loans. Some of the buyers are not worried about it, frankly, because, you know, they're getting such a good price and such a good product that, you know, they love it. And new construction, like you say, you know, it's the customization, but it's also, it's a new product. The construction standards are better and better each day. You have something that is entirely new. It's new technology, you know, from your fridge to your kitchen, which is more efficient in energy, to you know, to the electrical wiring and plumbing that, you know, it's not 20 years old and, you know, needs replacement in 5 years.
Exactly. This is when buyers are asking, like, why should I buy pre-construction?
Yeah.
And I tell them to think about it. 40 years ago, whatever they built, it must be lower quality than, even if the lowest quality new construction is much higher quality right now, because the requirements has been changing, and also the materials and everything. So the brand new materials, the brand new trends and technology has been built into the new construction. So that's why it's a big benefit. Tell me something about yourself. I know that you are working also with your wife and with your brother-in-law. And what are you doing when you are not working?
When I'm not working, I have 2 kids that take the majority of my time. Mm-hmm. They're, you know, the most beautiful 5- and 3-year-olds that you can meet. You know, a daughter and a son. And they really take all of my time. I mean, from reading to, we do some horse riding, we play with, you know, I try to dedicate all my attention to them, and, you know, we're in the, you know, from teaching them to swim to a lot of reading to, we're in that phase.
So you are not just a perfect developer, a perfect husband, but also the perfect father.
Nobody's perfect, but you have to aim for, you know, doing the best you can. Nobody's perfect.
Congratulations to all your success.
Yeah.
And I would encourage everybody to see the projects that Group P6 is building, because not just the reliability of the family business and also the background, but also their prices are amazing. So thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you so much, Ignacio, for being available for the interview. I hope you have a long-term, you know, like in the future, and Florida is going to be rock, and we are going to be meeting in the next project as well.